As you can see on the screen, US must be ready for simultaneous wars with China, Russia, report says. What is the scenario of WW3? Now there are two scenarios for WW3 to happen. Number one is the fall of Israel. This is number one. The reason for the fall of Israel, there are two. Number one is that the Israeli, they themselves will bring it on them. The way they're handling things, they are on a path of destruction, a complete annihilation. And this is because of their own faults, the oppression of the Palestinian people. And number two reason is because there is a hadith, Rasulullah SAW, he said that the ummah of Rasulullah SAW will always be victorious. لا يزال دين قائم حتى تقوم الساعة. There will always be a group from the ummah who will be fighting for the religion of Allah, and this will happen until the end of time. So basically means that the ummah of Rasulullah will fight the state of Israel, and they will overcome Israel, the state of Israel. So today we have people are so terrified, saying, "Oh, Hamas terrorists and this and that, and we should eliminate them, we should kill them all." But lo and behold, they are creating more Hamas. They're creating more Hamas. The entire Arab world, the Muslim world, white, black, every single Muslim, they have become Hamas. Why? Because they have done so much oppression that no sane person, even non-Muslims, are becoming Hamas. No human, sane person can remain quiet. But again, we do not promote violence. We are talking here about a phenomenon that is happening at the moment. Number two possibility of WW3 is going to be global warming. Okay, this is not warning, global warming. This is also confirmed from a hadith. Rasulullah said that before the coming of Dajjal, the weather will act up. And also he said, لا تقوم الساعة حتى تود الأرض العرب مروجا وأنهارا. He said that the Arab land will become luscious green and they will have water streams. It means that the Arab world will see a rapid and a very drastic change in terms of weather. So global warming, as the scientists, they're telling us, as believers, as Muslim, I mean, it's still very, very subjective, but I do believe that global warming is taking place, and at one point this will create drought and famine, and that will bring out all of the militaries from all over the world to fight each other for their own survival. Now, once that happens, WW3 happens, obviously after that we will have the Mahdi. Okay, so the Mahdi will not come before WW3. Right now we are very close to WW3 because of what Israel is doing and also the global warming. Both of them, I would combine both of them. And after this, Mahdi will appear. Now, let's talk about World War III in terms of this report that I shared with you guys a few seconds ago. So China and Russia, they're becoming very, very aggressive towards US policies, especially in Middle East. I mean, even in Asia, in Asian region, China has big problem. Also, the foreign policy US in Ukraine is making Russia very, very unhappy, very, very frustrated. The reason for that is because they're helping Russia's enemy, which is Ukraine in this case, and they're also helping China's enemy, which is Taiwan. So the United States must prepare for possible simultaneous wars with Russia and China by expanding its conventional forces, strengthening alliances, and enhancing its nuclear weapons modernization program. There is a big problem with this. Okay, so what we see, U.S. forces are actually, there is a new report that suggests that U.S. forces, they're shrinking, means the military size is now only 430,000 military personnel, active military personnel U.S. has. So they need to recruit more, and they're saying less and less people are actually getting into the army, into the military, simply because, I mean, if you are in U.S. military, you get good pay. The paycheck is huge, but at the same time, you are risking a lot of things, including your own life, because U.S. they always send this military personnel to different countries and puts them in harm's way for really no reason. They fight with every nation. They send you to Iraq tomorrow, they send you to Israel, the next day they send you to Saudi Arabia, go and fight. This is why, perhaps, I don't know, Allahu Alam, the military size of US is shrinking, and therefore Russia and China, they're going to be just waiting to strike when they find US very, very vulnerable in the coming days. So Mahdi appears. What will happen is once Mahdi appears, so the WW3, after WW3 we'll see the coming of the Mahdi, and before he appears, the signs of the Dajjal will appear. Okay, so the Dajjal will appear after Mahdi, but the signs of the Dajjal will already be here when Mahdi is about to appear. Then also you have during this time when the global warming after, okay, so this will happen first, okay, the fall of Israel will happen first, and then global warming, and then you see during this phase, okay, during this phase, you will see Euphrates River drying up, you will see there is going to be a drought. Now Euphrates River is a very interesting phenomenon, the drying up of Euphrates River. Why? Because Euphrates River can be affected by the fall of Israel and also with the global warming. So global warming, we know why Euphrates River will be affected, because it will dry up. But how the fall of Israel will have a effect on Euphrates River? Well, the simple answer to that question is when Israel will fall, we will already be on our way to WW3. Now, fall of Israel alone in itself can cause World War III. Reason for that is because US, they do not and cannot survive without the state of Israel, because their economy, US economy, depends on Israel. The Jewish lobby, the Jewish brain, all of the big companies, billion-dollar industry, they are Jewish-owned companies. The moment Israel falls, those Jews will transfer their money to protect Israel before it will fall. And by that time, US economy will take a hit and it will be done. So at that time, they will attack China, Russia, because US will be like, we're going to die, so we're going to declare war and see if we can change things. But when they declare war on China and Russia, of course, Euphrates River will be affected, because there will be bombings, there will be, water supply cut off, because the entire world will be involved in WW3. It will not spare any country, including Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. And these three countries are responsible directly for what? For the Euphrates River. They benefit from this river. So when these countries are involved in war, whether with each other or whether with some other countries, the water supply is going to be cut off. It will be affected. And that's how the Euphrates River will dry up. There is this possibility. But again, global warming will definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, destroy Euphrates River, and it will dry up. And then we'll see the coming of the Mahdi, the Dajjal, Ya'juj and Ma'juj, all of these phenomena